Welcome to my DIY breakfast beverage station transformation. Today we are going to turn that wasted space into functional space for $55, and we're only going to add one item to do that. So the first thing that we're going to do is I went and purchased a piece of 2 by 12 by 16 lumber. I had it cut in half, so I end up with two pieces as opposed to just buying an 8 footer. Believe it or not, it made more sense to buy a 16 footer. So now I am just routing it to kind of put a curve on my corners. And then I'm going to clean up my mess, get out my sanding block and do a little sanding on this thing to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. So when I originally needed to do this project, I found it hard to find a shelf that I knew would be sturdy enough, but at the same time be affordable enough. So that took me to just buying a piece of lumber. And I know that I have the tools. So if you don't have the tools, all you have to do is use the tools that you have. I used a router to gouge mine and to make the wood look a little rustic, but you could easily sand it really good, use a hammer, a screwdriver to gouge it with, and then everything is fine. Afterwards, those are my boards. They're both ready to go. Even though I'm only using one, I went on ahead and took the time and did both of the boards. And so there you go. Now we're going to move those boards over to my professional staining station so that I can put some color on them. And yes, that professional station is a deck box that's sitting on the back of my porch. I took a mixture of a espresso and some kind of walnut stain that I already had at home. So I was kind of mixing which what looks like a black and a brown. I went heavy on the edges with the black, and then in the middle I went with the brown, and then I took my time to rub and blend those colors together real good to give it a kind of age look, and it matches my kitchen cabinets a little bit better. I ended up doing the top side, and then I also ended up doing the bottom of the shelf. For some reason, I was trying to skip doing the bottom of the shelf, and I don't know why. So while that was drying, I decided to get inside and get this mess of wasted space cleaned up so that I could have the room to work to install my bracket and put everything back. Now that table right there that everything is sitting on is actually it's called an industrial workbench that they sold at Home Depot. It's supposed to be a workbench. It is way too nice to be a workbench, so we have that sitting in our kitchen. I just love it. It's actually metal with a wood print on top of it, so it's actually not wood. So now I'm just going to fit my wire rack to make sure that where I marked to put that shelf is going to be okay for that rack, and that's the same size as my juicer. I'm not really sure which one I'm going to put in that space. Now I'm going to drill the holes to hold my anchors. I use a dustpan when drilling those holes just so that it can catch a little bit of that drywall and make cleanup just a little bit easier. Anything to make cleanup easier, I'm always for it. Once I get those holes drilled on both sides, unfortunately, I thought that I moved the camera closer, but I didn't. But I'm just drilling a hole. That hole is about the same size as the head of my anchor that I'll be using in that spot. So all of my holes have been done, and now I'm going to put the anchors in the wall. Unfortunately, I also thought that I moved the camera where I can show you the actual anchors, but that is a Hilti toggle anchor. It is really good, and I love those anchors. They are nice and strong. I am not sponsored by Hilti. Hilti, if you want to sponsor me, I'm open to it. Send me some products. But I actually really like these anchors. Let me show you a picture of what the anchor looks like going into the wall. So that metal part actually goes in, and then you push the other part onto it, and all you have to do then is take the screw and go right in there on it. It's really easy to install these. Once you get those holes and everything lined up, the brackets go on the wall, as you see, within minutes. This is sped up, but it really only took me about maybe 5 minutes to do both sets of the brackets. Now I bought two brackets, and those brackets were $14.95 each. And remember, my wood, which was a 2 by 12 by 16, that board cost me $25. So that's where I got a cost of $55. And the funny thing is, the only thing that I needed to do to make this area functional was to simply add this one shelf. That's it, a shelf. That was all that I needed. So now that everything is leveled, the shelf is up, I need to clean up this area so that I can start to place my items back, and see what it looks like. And by cleaning this area up, I mean taking everything off of this table, taking it in the other room and making a mess in there. So now let's put everything back. There's my soda stream, there's the coffee maker, there's the kettle. I have coffee cups. I have espresso cups. Nobody drinks espresso. I have no idea why I bought those cups. I think they were on sale. They probably were cute. They're basically taking up real estate. So at some point they'll get out of there. My wire basket fits up under there. That was my before, and here is my after. What do you guys think? Now we have a dedicated space for brewing coffee, steeping tea, and grabbing a quick snack or some toast. No more wasted space in this kitchen. And this DIY breakfast and beverage station costs $55. I think it turned out great. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll know when I do my next video. Thanks for watching Fran at Officially Fran. Bye bye for now.